floating island of garbage. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. Let's say you go to a party. Everyone's been to a party. And you're choosing who to hang out with. What kind of people you want to hang out with at a party? You want to have a good time. You want to relax. Well, typically you want to hang out with people who aren't super uptight, mopey, griping, perpetually offended. You want to hang out with people who can take a joke and deliver a joke and can laugh and are in a good mood. Maybe people who can dance, right? And there is only one party that has a presidential candidate and a presidential ticket that not only dances, but like goes on podcasts like Andrew Schultz or Theo Vaughn or Joe Rogan or Tim Dillon, and that still knows how to laugh at a joke and have a good time. This is, of course, the Republican Party. On the other hand, Democrats are preachy, screechy, virtue signalers who would just be the most miserable assholes to hang out with at a party, wouldn't they? You don't want to hang out with people like that. If you want to have a good time, crack open a beer, you're not going to want to like sit there with somebody who's perpetually offended at everything. Yet Democrats found out who Kill Tony was this week. And oh, guess what? They were offended at comedy. Tony Hinchcliffe is a famous comedian. He's one of the most famous comedians in the country. He was the one who was tapped to roast Tom Brady in what is, without question, one of the most savage roasts and series of jokes about comedians and other celebrities I've ever heard. Kill Tony is an excellent and talented comedian. He has the most powerful comedy show that exists right now called Kill Tony. Tony Hinchcliffe spoke at a Donald Trump rally at Madison Square Garden. I happened to be there. His set killed. It was funny. And just like every single stand-up comedian set, some jokes hit, some jokes didn't. Who cares? You ever been to stand-up comedy? Now, let me tell you something. The jokes that he told here don't even crack the Richter scale of offensive to the jokes that Tony would tell, like maybe on his show or like during the Tom Brady roast. Okay. They don't even register to like the offensiveness of the jokes told like here on this Netflix special. But libs were looking for something to be offended at. They're the miserable people at the party. So they came to cancel Tony Hinchcliffe. He, however, is not here to be canceled. In fact, as a comedian, Tony Hinchcliffe is going to be responding perfectly to Tim Walz. Tim Walz is somebody who was playing a video game, but we think he was fake playing a video game because his controller wasn't on, with AOC at the time. Tim Walz decided to say this about Tony Hinchcliffe and a joke that he cracked about Puerto Rico. Tim Walz said, when you have some a-hole calling Puerto Rico floating garbage, no, that's what they think about you, pretending to be offended. Here we go.
These are terrifying.
Absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. No.
Who is that jackwad? Who is that guy?
I actually think that's Tony Hinchcliffe, which is super disappointing. He's a comedian. I don't follow
Trump,
this
crew issue
very
with Puerto
closely,
Rico
but
again. I saw it. This was when he went down after Helene, the horrific hurricane, people there, everybody coming together. We sent helicopters down from Minnesota and personnel. This is how you do this during this. And in the first hours, Trump complaining about the response. Does anybody remember how he responded to Maria in Puerto Rico? It was absolutely horrific. Down there insulting people, throwing it. Look, I know that the folks who are on here today understand this. People in Puerto Rico are citizens. They pay taxes and they serve in the military at almost a higher rate than anybody else.
yeah, it's like super upsetting. Obviously, it's super upsetting to me. My family is from Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican, and like the thing that is so messed up that I wish more people understood is that the things that they do in Puerto Rico are a testing ground for the policies and the horrors that they wish to, and that they do unveil in working class communities across the United States. And I need people to understand that when you have some a-hole calling Puerto Rico floating garbage, know that that's what they think about you.
Tony Hinchcliffe, who doesn't often tweet, decided to hit back and hit back hard at Tampon Tim, calling Tim Walz Tampon Tim, which is great. These people have no sense of humor. While that a vice presidential candidate would take time out of his busy schedule to analyze a joke, take it out of context to make it seem racist. I love Puerto Rico and I vacation there. I made fun of everyone. Watch the whole set. I'm a comedian, Tim. Might be time to change your tampon. Man. I don't understand why they think that this is a good strategy to go after comedians. Now, tonight, a special episode for the fans. Tony Hinchcliffe has announced that he will be doing a Kill Tony tonight. I mean, again, messing with comedians is dangerous. Kamala Harris has been messing with Joe Rogan, and it's not working out great for her. Joe Rogan just put her on blast in the most polite way. Called Puerto Rico floating island of garbage. This was a Klan rally. Anybody who voted is sick, and I hope you burn in hell. I mean, yeah. They're going after the comedian for being funny and for making offensive jokes when his job is to make offensive jokes. They're literally crying on air. Mika Brzezinski started weeping on air, saying it's discouraging to listen to hate speech. Tony Hinchcliffe, people who aren't Puerto Rican. Tony Hinchcliffe's like Joe Rogan's best friend. How do you think this is going to work out? You're going to end up having Joe Rogan endorse Trump. What happened? Dessert. Kill Tony made a joke about Puerto Rico. Yeah, that is perfect. People who aren't Puerto Rican, kill Tony. Yeah, that's right. Comedian last night, Puerto Rico's floating pile of garbage. The media this morning, incomprehensible, shrieking. The media the last 6 years. Headlines about Puerto Rico and their trash problem. Okay. EPA sues Puerto Rico over landfill overflow. Trash crisis leaves Puerto Rico near brink. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are haters online. I got to tell you, I've seen some pretty remarkable things about the state of Puerto Rico, but that's really not the claim here or the point. The point here is that the left is anti-comedy, and that the right should be defenders of free speech. And free speech includes, and most importantly, the cornerstone of free speech is speech that offends you. Speech that is offensive to you. I thought Kill Tony was hilarious. This is yes. That's right. Here's the new brave thing to say. Because he was hilarious, because he's a comedian, and the goal of Kill Tony is to offend. That's actually what you go to a comedy show for, is to hear things that's naughty being said. Don't you understand how comedy works? Tony Hinchcliffe crushed it and definitely didn't kill himself. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why they're so mad about this is because Tony Hinchcliffe called them out for what's actually happening in this election. He has the balls to say it. Oh, by the way, here we go. I'm Puerto Rican. I can take a joke. My vote is with Trump. And it's still with Trump. And I'm not the only one. No. You're not the only one. In fact, there are now Trump parades going on in Puerto Rico. I just saw this in my social feed. Here in Puerto Rico, there are like large Trump caravans driving around. It's so manufactured. It's so embarrassing. And it's fake. And it shows how like joyless and how miserable these people actually are. Here's really the reason why they were offended. Because Tony called out the only reason why Kamala gets any celebrity endorsements, which is because of the Diddy tapes.
Side's got a lot of crazy endorsements. Swift, Eminem, Leo DiCaprio, Beyonce. Every day the Democratic Party looks more and more like a P. Diddy party. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what you guys want. All right. Heck yeah. That's cool.
I'll be tuning in tonight to see Kill Tony's response to all of this. But I'm glad he went and told Tim Walz to F off. They're such a joyless, unfunny party. They would not be the people that you'd hang out with if you were at a house party. Just call it that. And they call it a political party for a reason. All right? We stand with Kill Tony and with comedy and free speech in America. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.